It was just announced by Google that they are going to be shutting down the standalone Google podcast apps. It seems as though you're going to be able to continue to listen to shows through March of 2024, but after that, you won't be able to listen to anything. You won't be able to download or subscribe to anything. But from March 24 through July 2024, it will still be accessible so that you're able to migrate your subscriptions out of Google Podcasts to some other app that you want to use. Now, the reason that it seems that Google is shutting down Google Podcasts is so that they can invest all of their podcasting money into a single podcatcher, and that podcatcher is now going to be YouTube Music. And the reason that I think they went with YouTube Music as opposed to Google Podcasts is brand awareness and brand recognition. The reason that I'm saying that is what is one of the biggest platforms that people consume podcasts? And I put podcasts in bunny ears because I know many people will say, those aren't podcasts. That is not important. What is important is people are consuming what they consider podcasts on YouTube. So when the general consumer thinks about podcasting, they think of YouTube, and up until now, up until YouTube Music rolled out that RSS integration, you couldn't get any actual RSS-based podcasts through a YouTube entity. Now you are going to get that, and now they are going to focus all of their podcasting investment into YouTube Music to hopefully make a much better podcatcher, a much better listening experience for those who want the actual RSS-based audio-only podcast. Now, as somebody who subscribes to YouTube Premium, I watch way too much YouTube and I listen to way too many podcasts. I still don't see any big reason to make the shift from my existing podcatcher over to YouTube Music. However, I did start using YouTube Music. I tried out YouTube Music because I get it for free, or it is included in the cost of YouTube Premium. And as far as music goes, I think that YouTube Music is pretty darn good. The audio quality is fine. The amount of music that is available is fantastic. I like the ability to switch between the audio only and the video. And most importantly for me is the recommendation algorithm. All of the interesting music that I have found over the last couple of years has been almost solely based on the YouTube algorithm, and that holds true for YouTube Music. There is one huge reason why I haven't made the complete shift over to the YouTube Music app. I hope this is something that can be resolved, because if it is, I will cancel Apple Music and go 100% to YouTube Music. If you are away from your phone, you cannot stream music from your Apple Watch. So when I'm out for my walks, when I don't have my phone and I want to listen to music, I need to still have that Apple Music app so I can listen to something, because I do stream a lot of music. So once that is resolved, I will make the complete shift over to YouTube Music and save a couple of bucks a month. Luckily, right now, I have a 6-month free trial of Apple Music. Even though I've had Apple Music for years at this point, I found a way to get 6 months free. Pretty sweet. But once that's done, I would love to save $14-15 a month and move over. And therein lies the point where I think YouTube Music might actually stand a chance. As people have less and less disposable income, as their dollars are devalued, as everything gets more and more expensive, they're going to want to, or maybe they'll be forced to look for areas to save money. And what is one area where people are getting fatigue? Subscriptions. So if they are paying for YouTube Premium, Spotify, Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus, all of that, maybe they'll consider, okay, with Spotify, I get a bunch of music, but with YouTube Premium, I get ad-free viewing on YouTube and a bunch of music, and it's only $2 more. So if I cancel Spotify Premium or Spotify Plus, whatever it is, and just stick with my YouTube Premium subscription, then I'm saving a couple of bucks. And if that does happen, if people move exclusively from Spotify over to YouTube Music, and that is the only music streaming app they have, then once they're integrated there, maybe they'll start using YouTube Music as a podcatcher. So although there is a lot of speculation there, a lot of assumptions, I think that is one way that YouTube Music could succeed as a standalone music player, music streaming service, but also a podcatcher. But for me, that raises the question, has YouTube Music been successful as a podcatcher up until now? I remember James Cridlin from podnews.net. By the way, if you're a podcaster, go to podnews.net, subscribe to the show. I remember him mentioning that he was getting quite a few downloads from YouTube Music, and when this first launched, I pulled my numbers. It was bleak. I was getting nothing. So I wanted to revisit those numbers and see where we are about 6 months on. On the Bandrew Says podcast channel between May and December 9th, we have 136 listens, or 0.2% of the total views/listens on YouTube. On Podcastage, my channel with 310,000 subs, I got 3.5 million views from May to December. 398 of those were from YouTube Music, and there are a number of playlists on the Podcastage channel that are podcasts. So looking at my numbers from my two biggest channels, it really doesn't seem like YouTube Music has taken off as a podcatcher, but if you are a podcaster who uses YouTube, who has installed or migrated your RSS feed onto YouTube, or if you have YouTube videos that are set up as a podcast playlist, I would love to hear from you. What are the figures? Give me the percentage. You don't need to share the views, the downloads, the listens if you don't want, but I would love to know the percentage breakdown. How much comes from YouTube proper, and how much is coming from YouTube Music? That is it for that story. I will have a couple of links to blog posts in the episode notes and description in case you want to read a little bit more, or if you want to learn how to migrate your subscriptions out of Google Podcasts.